Leçon 2. Ça se passe où? Activité 1.
1.
Leçon 2, ça se passe où? Activité 1. Donner et donner, demander et donner des informations. Welcome to this lesson 2 of Dossier 1, and I hope you're going to enjoy this lesson with me at this moment. So, demander et donner des informations, to ask for and give information. So, we are going to start with our first exercise, and this is going to be écouter, listen, écouter, listen, associer les sons aux photos. So you will listen to the audio and associate whatever you hear to the photos that you can see. You should be able to tell that what you are hearing is either photo A, B, C, or D. A, B, C, D. Which one is speaking at what time, or which image corresponds to the audio. So let's listen to that.
Les passagers de Lecon Aérotransport 241 à destination de Belgrade sont invités à se rendre dans la salle de départ numéro 42. Passengers on Lecon Aerotransport Flight 241 to Belgrade are kindly invited to proceed to departure gate number 42.
Deux.
So far, are you able to tell which image corresponds to what? The first one, that sound, where do you hear it? If you've traveled around, you should be able to associate that sound with somewhere. And the second one, did you hear any sound of anything? So let's listen to the other two.
3.
Mm-hmm.
4.
Oh la la. Are you able to identify the sounds and what photos they correspond to? Okay, so for example, so the question here, activity 2, observez les photos, identifiez les situations. Observe the photos and identify the situations. For example, où. In the last lesson we talked about où, which means where. So the question is où, whatever you had. Number 1, une gare corresponds to photo A. So photo A is this, and une gare is a train station. Where do you find une route? Use your dictionary to find out what is une route, and it corresponds to which photo. Number 3, un aéroport. Un aéroport. An aéroport is at the airport. Which photo corresponds to the airport? Number 4, une gare routière. Une gare routière. Une gare routière is a bus station. Une gare is a train station, but une gare routière is a bus station. So which one corresponds to that? A, B, C, D. Good. So if you look at this, these guys here are, this guy and this lady are simply standing along the route, on the street. So this is une route. This gentleman is giving his ticket to this flight attendant. Not really flight attendant, but maybe the ticket lady at the airport. So this is basically at the airport. Un aéroport. And then une gare routière. This guy and this lady seem to be at the bus station checking on who is coming in or which bus to take. And of course the first one is at the train station because you can actually see the train behind them. Okay, the next question is who? Qui? Une dame, un jeune homme et une jeune femme. So use a dictionary to get the meaning of these things. But then to move quickly, we would say une dame is a lady. So where do you see a lady? Then un jeune homme, a young man, et une jeune femme, and a young woman. Where do you see a young man and a young woman? I can see there's more than one photos there. And then we have des hommes et des femmes. We have men and women. You see men and women. Une femme et un homme. A woman and a man. Okay. So you need to identify that from the photos. Quand is when. Le matin, in the morning. À midi, at midday. L'après-midi, in the afternoon. Le soir, in the evening. Quelle saison? Which season? L'automne, le printemps, l'hiver, l'été. Get your dictionary to get the meaning of this. All right. And so you can actually relate the audio to the images that you see here. Now, let's just go through these questions again. The question words. Où, qui, quand, quoi. Où is where. It refers to un lieu, a place. Un lieu, a place. Une gare routière. So you talk about une gare routière. You could talk about un aéroport, une route, une gare, and so on and so forth. Qui refers to who. This is une personne identifiée. A person that has been, an unidentified person. So it could be Nicolas Prand, Véronique, and so on and so forth. Une ou des personnes non identifiées. It could also refer to somebody or people that are not identified. It could also refer to just a man, a woman, or people for that matter. So simply means who. It could be a person identified like John or Paul, or it could be people that are known, or a person that is not known like just a man or a woman and so forth. Then quand is when. Un moment de la journée. It could refer to a moment in the day. Un moment de la journée. A moment in the day, or une date, a date. Une saison, a season, and so on and so forth. So, like in this case, an example is given. Le matin, in the morning. Sorry, the morning. Quoi? L'objet d'une conversation. Quoi is the object of conversation. Quoi? What? It's an object of conversation. So it could be un billet d'avion, a plane ticket. Un billet d'avion means a plane ticket, and so on and so forth. So can you be able to compose sentences using these four question words? Où, qui, quand, quoi. Yes. So that is what I would like you to do with those four words. Let's look at one more thing here. Let's look at the numbers. Last time we talked about numbers and we reached 69. So today we want to look at the numbers from 70 to 100. From 70 to 100. Now, you will read after me. Here we have 70. 70. 71. 72. 73. 74. 75. 76. 77. 78. 79. So you'll realize that with 70, you are simply taking 60 and saying 60 plus 10. So 70 is like saying 60 plus 10 because 60 is 60. Dix is 10. So 70 is 70 dix. It's like saying 60, 10. 71, 60 plus or 60 and 11. 72 is 60 and 12. 73, 60 and 13. And 74 is 60 and 14. 75, 60 and 15, and so on and so forth. So from 70 to 79, it basically refers to 60 plus whatever else you'd add to that 60 to give you the 70 something. Now let's go to 80. 80, you'll find that it is 80. 80, and in this 80, 4, you remember, is 4. 20 is 20. So 80 is like saying 4 20s, which is basically making sense because it's like 20 times 4, which makes 80. So 80 is 80, and you can see that there is an S after 20, which simply signifies that it is 4 20s. So 80 is 80, and then 81 is 81. It's like saying 4 20s and 1. So then this first part that is highlighted in blue is what is equivalent to what we had this side as 60. And so therefore you would say 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89. That is 89. When it comes to 90, it's still 80, but now we add what will make it 90, and in this case it's 10. So instead of 80, which is 81, 90 therefore is 90, which is like 80 plus 10. So it is 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, and we get to 99. And finally, we get to so. So is 100. Let's listen to this audio.
Focus langue.
C.
Exemple.
07 62 88 93 70
1,
01 71.
So in this case, you'll be able to listen. You need to listen to the numbers that are being read out. These are actually telephone numbers. So écoutez, écrivez les numéros de téléphone. Écoutez, écrivez les numéros de téléphone. Listen, write the numbers of the telephone, or write telephone numbers. So listen and write down the phone numbers. So you have been given the first example, 07 62 88 93 70. Now in this case, it's not going to be read as 62 or 88 93 70. It may be read as 07 or 62 88 93 70. So as you listen, write down what you hear. Okay, let's go.
Focus langue.
C.
Exemple.
07 62 88 93 70
1,
01 71 44 84 90
2,
07 91 69 81 92
3,
01 77 67 86 96
4,
06 72 73 91 75
5,
04 64 74 73 89
6,
05 49 84 77 61
Good. I think that is clear enough for the counting from 70 to 100, and that will bring us to the end of that lesson. You'll get some quiz at the bottom, but then I would like to urge you to be able to leave a comment under the review of the lesson, or put your comment in the forum, so that I'm able to understand if you have difficulties in anything. If there is an explanation that was not very clear enough and you have difficulties in following, let me know. Some of those from those comments, or the feedback from those comments, is what I will use to set up probably a live session, so that I'm able to respond to those queries independently. Or I could basically just create an explanatory or an explanation session or class or lesson for me to be able to clarify the areas that are not very clear. So your feedback is very important. Make sure you drop a line. Thank you so much, and see you in the next lesson.